Hello again, YouTube. Truth Man here. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. Now, I just, did a short on the civil rights movement. And I want to kind of elaborate on that more extensively and give you more details as to what I'm saying. So earlier I was having a conversation with another YouTuber, and they brought up an interesting take and discussion. And that's why I say, man, some of the most progressive blacks that I see be more lighter skinned sometimes. So skin color don't mean you pro-black. You know, we all melanated in different shades. But the person brought up an interesting question. And the question was, what did the civil rights movement accomplish for us blacks? That was the question. And the answer is nothing. Nothing. Martin Luther King, before he was assassinated, was a little disgusted and upset when he sat and thought about it. And he figured, you know what, I should have did this and this instead of this. See, they, just like throughout the generations, the Europeans sometimes, and again, disclaimer, I don't believe in just throwing them all in this category. Just the ones that this applied to that's really like that. We ain't talking about them all, because some people, they not racist. Like, some white people don't even be thinking about that stuff. You know? So it's not a us against them. If you know Matrix, you know it's not black versus white. That's one of the smoke screens, and that's one of the things that has cultivated due to lack of intelligence. Because if you're a black person or a white person, or so they call us black, we getting out of that. We're going to start calling ourselves melanated. You still a person. So, okay, so because this person is melanated and this person ain't, the person that ain't is better than the person that is melanated. That ain't how it was in biblical days. In biblical days, they looked at people that wasn't melanated like they had some type of disease. I'm just saying. You do a little historical research. So the civil rights movement didn't accomplish anything for us. It accomplished something for all the people who come to the United States and get rich. Because before the civil rights movement, white people was over here, black people was over here, and a lot of black people had a lot more money than white people. You had R.G. Gaston, I think his name was. You had very affluent blacks, because it wasn't no uppity attitude, I'm better than the rest of y'all, I like white people better. It wasn't none of that. If you was black, you better watch yourself around them white folks. You better go over here with them. And when you think about it, man, it ain't really nothing. When I look at how stuff is now, with us being the floor, being at the bottom, everything, everybody done passed us up because of the civil rights movement. But when it was Jim Crow and all of that, man, black people was affluent. The black colleges had the best athletes. Integration helped white people become way more richer than us, and it bridged the wealth gap between us. Integration did. Y'all wasn't happy with sitting on the back of the bus. We had our own bus companies back then, Ebony K. Hey, listen. No, I ain't gonna even say that. Ebony K is attractive, you know, with her little deep voice. I don't got a problem with women as they get up in age when their voice starts changing. as long as they don't, you know. But it didn't accomplish anything for us. It accomplished some for the Indians that come over here. It accomplished some for the Africans that come over here. It accomplished some for all these people from all around the world that come to our neighborhoods and they get rich because we didn't want to sit on the back of the bus and because we wanted to be close, up close and personal with white people. Last I checked, I ain't trying to be nasty. But so y'all had to have the white vagina. I mean, ain't a vagina a vagina? I mean, I know it depends on the activity of the women, so on and so forth, and a little bit on the diet, her diet and stuff like that. Y'all just had to have some of that at the cost of us, like, just, okay, you don't like us, we should have just stayed over there. Because they still don't like us. But the difference now is a lot of them don't like us and we don't benefit from them not liking us. You know? Back in them days, it wasn't no panhandlers like that. Somebody would give you a job. Hey man, I'm gonna help you out. Ain't your family the Robinsons? Ain't your family the Howard? But now it's nose in the air. And I'm gonna do a video about these young generation, Gen Z and all them too. Yeah, something that I noticed some things. I'm noticing some stuff. And it's like, it'll get on your nerve, some of it. Now I'm coughing again. Of course, as soon as I come out here, I ain't coughed all day. But the Indians benefited from the civil rights movement. That's why they're getting so rich. Because you know what? Let's say before the civil rights movement, let's say they weren't coming from these countries. And I like a lot of them, man. I respect their work ethic, everything. But the truth of the matter is they're benefiting from the civil rights movement. Everybody benefits from it more than us. Because here's how it works. They come over here and they get rich and then they stay to themselves. They don't even try to, like, how often do you see them marrying whites? You see Asians doing it sometime. But all these people coming over here, all these Chinese restaurants, all this stuff, is because of the civil rights movement. It benefited everybody more than us. All we got was to move in their neighborhoods and to ride the bus with them and not to get hung. Now, we can whoop their ass now. That's about it. But even with that, you better be real careful with that because they'll throw the book at you. You do something to somebody white, and y'all know I'm not lying. You do something to somebody white, you gonna get more time than you would if you did that same thing to somebody black. That's just the way it is. So, it really didn't benefit us anything because we haven't made any progress economically. In fact, during Black Wall Street, during the Rolling 20s and all that, y'all know, remember the song Putting on the Ritz with Taco? One of my favorite 80s songs, by the way. Taco just so happened to be a Latino. But the people he talking about, those were black people. Affluent, debonair, dapper blacks. And the white people kind of got their style from them. That's how it was. They ain't want us around. We like, cool. We had our own neighborhoods, had our own restaurants, had our own bus companies, had our own milkmen, our own everything. And then as soon as the civil rights movement came, that's when welfare came and all of us being at the bottom. And then in 85, they brought crack over here, drugs, right to our neighborhoods. A suburban white, and I ain't gonna lie to you, white people be on them drugs too. But they had to come to black areas mostly to get those drugs. You know, guns on the railroad tracks in Chicago. It's just been a calculated plan of destruction, and y'all going along with it. That's what I was talking about earlier. The civil rights movement didn't help us, man. I guarantee you, before the civil rights movement, it would have been easier to start a business. Because after the civil rights movement, it was jealousy and competition amongst ourselves. And so black people rather buy from everybody else. But before the civil rights movement, you couldn't do that. If you wanted a burger, you had to buy it from a black person. If you wanted a soda, you had to buy it from a black person. Now, some of these same blacks view each other as competition, don't respect each other, and buy everything from everybody else, making them rich. They take their money back to their own homelands and leave us just being consumers. All we do is buy. We'll never sell. One person, two person, three people. But you go through, I kid you not, man, I don't even got to talk about the other cities. That's what I liked about Texas. Texas was more, a lot of people wouldn't buy what black people were selling, but you still could come up a little easier than say in Milwaukee. Because in Milwaukee, what you're going to have is everywhere we live, you're going to see everybody else with businesses. Every building, other than like the commercial establishments like Wendy's, McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, you're going to see Middle Easterners, you're going to see Indians, you're going to see everybody else, all in our neighborhoods with corner stores, with hotels, with gas stations, everywhere. And y'all let them do it, and they still don't like y'all. It might be a couple of them that, even the ones that seem cool, they don't associate with us too tough. They'll say hi, how you doing? Some of them even call you brother. But they don't like us like that either. I'm telling you, man. They use us to get their wealth, and then they disappear. Like the guy used to be, like in the neighborhood I grew up on, 19th and Hampton, right? We had Hampton Foods. They was black. Now check this out. I'm finna show you how this worked. Hampton Foods, that was Joe. They was black. Joe had a Jaguar. He was doing good, man. Joe was making money. Everybody was coming to Joe. Joe was selling all the candy, all while we was kids. You can, for $1, it was a little store. You can get bread, you can get candy, sodas. If you had $1, man, you can get one of them big 25-cent cookies, and you still could get a bunch of candy and some chips. And Joe was racking that money up. Had a Jaguar, everything, right? Now watch this. I'm finna show y'all how this worked. I don't even know if Joe's still alive. The competition came in. See, across the street, it was True Value. Now I'm finna show you something. It was True Value. It was a hardware store when we was little. Next to it was the barbershop, Magic Touch, right? But Joe had the candy on lock. Up the street was the gas station. She was black. You know, she had candy and stuff too, but she wasn't hurting Joe pockets. The Middle Easterner, Salem Aish, opened Aish Foods, right? Aish Foods put Joe out of business. Guess where Salem at? Salem made his riches, made millions, had a meat department, everything in there. Salem didn't even like the United States like that. He went home a long time ago, y'all. And that store done changed owners 2 or 3 times. Salem came in there. Civil rights movement benefited him. He made his money, ran Joe out of business, and then he went back home. See? That's what I'm talking about. And we allow people to continue to do this over and over and over again. And we let them use insults like you're racist. How is a black person being racist for just wanting to make it up the ladder? How you racist? Oh, so I'm supposed to want to be broke and let all these other people from all over the world come and make the money that I could be making, that you could be making? But I'm wrong for thinking like that, thinking like I think? Man, please. Y'all better start competing. Because there's a little study out there to say by the year 2053, they believe that we ain't gonna have $1. We ain't gonna be able to make no money. And they steady coming over here and y'all steady embracing them while y'all kill each other. You kill each other, you hate each other, y'all acting funny towards each other. And you letting them come in with their buffets, with their gas station, everything. They don't like you, but they know you're gonna spend every dime. So they come right in to get them dimes when you spend them. These just the facts, man. And anybody that think I'm not speaking facts, you're a freaking idiot. I don't care what color you is. If you think I'm not speaking facts right now, you're a freaking idiot. I don't care what race you are. I don't care what color you are. I'm speaking nothing but facts, man. I'm almost 50 years old. I've seen it happen, man. I've seen it over and over again. I lived in Texas for 3 years, but I lived in Milwaukee most of my life, and I've seen everything that I'm telling you about right now. I've seen it all. I'm speaking nothing but facts. And when I said, okay, let's unite, let's form our own group, let's build together, right? I only heard from one person. That's y'all problem. That's a lot of y'all problem, man. You ain't gonna see that it's you against everybody else until you get put in a situation and they make you see it. Like even on YouTube, you got a bunch of black people that just talk a good game, but they don't even deal with each other. Some of them live in the same city and don't even deal with each other. That's why a lot of people, man, when they talk about certain subjects, I just tune them out. Like if I know you are a versus black type of person and you just love white people, you only deal with whites, you try to be friends with them, but you don't got no black friends and you black, as soon as you talk about race, I'm click. Only time I'm gonna listen to you is if you talking about something where you being unbiased, fair, and you presenting knowledge that can be put to practice and benefit somebody. That's the only time I'm gonna listen to those type. You know? It ain't benefited us, man. Man, I'm gonna show you something. When I went to Jackson State, I can play basketball, y'all. I'm not like the best, but I could play basketball effective enough to hold my own against a lot of people. And when we used to play against them Jackson State players, it was like a mismatch. Like, I played in a game. One of the dudes that played for Jackson State, his name was David Simmons. He was muscle bound. Taller than me too. He's probably like 6'5", right? Now, I done played basketball up and down the court, moving the ball around. I know how to play basketball. Man, we played against David Simmons. I remember it was intramural in college. Our name was, our team name was Cloud 9. People were smoking weed and stuff. And, man, it's funny, man. College was fun, man. And, their team name was Give Us 4. What they meant by that, I don't know. But it was a Kappa dude. He was muscle bound, but he can hoop. It was David Simmons. It was one of the guards from Jackson State. I forgot his name, but he can ball. And it was another guy. Man, y'all know I ain't never got blew out like that in the game. They beat us 100-35. I had 10 points out of the 35. But all of us had like 5, 6, 10 turnovers. Because they was putting a full court press on us. They was doing with that little Jackson State stuff. So they was putting a press on us. And they were still in the ball. They said we called it busting the clock. When you score 100, they said we finna bust the clock. Because some scoreboards back then didn't have like room for 3 digits. So we called it busting the clock. Man, them dudes they were stealing the ball from us, right? And they were just backing up behind the 3-point line, shooting threes until they scored over 100. Well, actually, they scored 100 even to 35. So, we got beat by a 65 point shot. And so I was like the tallest on the team. So I was like playing in the middle. So David Simmons was guarding me in the game, right? He had these long arms. And I faked him because I did the move on him before and I scored. So I tried to do it again. I faked him. He kind of didn't really go for the fake. He tried to pretend like he was going for the fake. And so I tried to shoot a jump shot. This dude blocks my jump shot in the air. And he was taller than me anyway. Like, I'm like 6'1", 6'2". So we both go up for it. He just snatched the ball down all easy and stuff. I'm like, this is a mismatch. These dudes good. But the point I'm making is, our teams back then had NBA prospects on them. And them dudes wasn't even like getting like a fair chance. They wasn't even like making it in the NBA that long. We had a guy named Ryan Lothridge. Man, that dude had so many moves. And like when he dunked, man, it almost seemed like his head was by the rim. He made it to the league. He played for Golden State. On that, when Jordan came back, there's a poster in the exhibition. They was playing Golden State and Ryan Lothridge was guarding Jordan. That dude was good. We used to try to play like him when we play. Like how when somebody come at his jump shot, how he'd shorten it up. Man, he used to whack that jump shot. Then we had another dude named Dwayne Whitfield. Big old muscle bound. He was like 6'9", 250. Had these big old hands, man. He had post games for days. All type of post move. He made it to the Raptors. Only was in the NBA a year. That dude was better than a lot of these players right now. I kid you not, man. And stronger. And only made it a year, man. I'm telling you, they was on one with them players back then. This the points I'm making, y'all. Like, they tried, just like how didn't no black college players make, I think one made a pro roster in the NFL. Come on now. They was mad over that Deion Sanders stuff, getting all them people to support Jackson State. And they didn't rest until they got Deion out of there. They would not rest. They would have gave him $100 million to get him out of there. And that's how they do. When they see one of us doing things to benefit us, they're going to try to pull you over there with them, or they're going to try to take you out. If he wouldn't have came, it would have been some type of scandal, or they would have did something to bring him down eventually, if he would have tried to stay at Jackson State. And that's where I thought about it, man. I was disappointed when he left, but I thought about it like, if Deion Sanders would have kept trying to build up Jackson State, they would have found a way to get him right out of the way. I'm telling you. Because see, what they'll do, they'll give you money as long as you're over there with them. And the minute you stop cooperating, all the stuff they made you do, they're going to bring it up. And they're going to take you right down. That's how it is. That's why people is asking the question, what did P. Diddy do or not do to make all of this stuff been going on and nobody said nothing until now? Did he not cooperate somehow? I'm wondering. Something's going on. Something. So, it didn't accomplish anything. Nothing at all, y'all. It's sad. Now we get the luxury of watching all the white people and others live in the suburbs, Brookfield, Tulsa, nice houses. And we live in the areas where all we hear is gunshots, dudes staring people down in gas stations, coming in there to buy chips just so they can look for somebody to bother or rob, start something with. Because another thing that happened, blaxploitation. That's why they call it blaxploitation. Glorifying drug dealers, Superfly. When my father was younger, it was Superfly and all them. Now in our generation, like, people look up to people from back then too, like Tony Montana, Snowfall, all this other shows about drug dealers and black dudes committing crimes. And they'll sit and watch that all day. And some of them will try to do it and they'll be right in jail, a slave again. You can't get out. You gotta go to sleep when master say. Because they say, okay, slavery is over, so we gotta find a way to get them back in a slave environment. I know, let's present crime to them. And then when they break the rules, when they don't behave right, we'll throw them behind bars again, make them make license plates and this, and tell them what to do all over again. Man, it's bad, y'all. It's bad. And like the Bible say, with much knowledge comes much grief. Like, y'all think it's fun knowing how things are supposed to be and they not? Y'all think it's fun escaping the matrix, knowing that everybody else is still in there, and they don't want to come out. Black people are so funny acting and have such a poor attitude towards each other. And it's almost like the only difference between slavery and now is the field hand hated the house ninja. Now, the way it is now, the have-nots idolize the haves. Like if you got a nice car, you got material possessions and stuff like that, these young people will respect you more than if you just had knowledge and you could show them the way. They ain't gonna listen to you. And in fact, I'm gonna talk about that next, how a lot of these Gen Z guys, they more comfortable around women than anything. I'm noticing, like the millennials, Gen Z, like they'll have talked to guys and they'll be sitting up under girls and hanging around girls and women and just idolize them and accept all of their bad behaviors. But then they'll deal with guys. That's just the way it is, man. That's part of the plan. Keep them docile. Make the old hate the young and the young hate the old. Make the young people not listen to the older people and the older people not listen to the young people. The older guys can show you how not to need mental health. But why is everything mental health, mental health, mental health? Man, buck up, man. Toughen up. Toughen up, man. If you ain't got no friends, be your own friend. Because you ain't going to have no friends. If you don't got stuff that these people like or can use you for, they ain't going to like you. If you don't talk like them, dress like them, act like them, they not going to like you. You might as well hang by yourself or with people like you. Because if you let's say you a gamer, you socially awkward, you not really into style, designer, and trends, you don't really like rap music like that, they'll be trying to pick and prod. So what do you do? What do you like? And when they see that you different from them, they distance themselves from you. This is what niggas do now. This is what they do now. And if you ain't like them, your best bet, don't hang around, don't go to their parties, nothing. Because they liable to try to get savage and gang up on you. Try to torture you or some stuff. These people is crazy. They ain't got God, they ain't got nothing. But like I heard Drewski say something about this one guy. He said he too loose. When they be moving like that, he said, somebody done mess with him. That's a lot of these people. They accept what the Bible tell them not to accept. And they reject what the Bible tell them to accept. And as a result, we have everything we see. And guess what? All y'all do is pop logging and wearing all of these racist white guy designer, making them rich, once again. And they don't even like y'all. Every time you look, you hearing about something racist one of them done said or did. But y'all pay $1,000 for one of their jogging suits. Man, get out of here, man. We can't even make our own clothes no more. Won't nobody buy it. But anyway, thanks for watching. Keep tuning in. Either today or tomorrow, I gotta talk about these younger generations, man. It's just pathetic, man. Pathetic. Pathetic, man. Poor behavior, poor social skills. I gotta get on them. And we'll do that either later on today or tomorrow. Thanks for watching.